And how are you? This is Selena, and today I'm here to talk about what happens when somebody sends you a DM and they say, I really want to work with you. The question that I want to cover today is how do you respond? Right? Your instincts are probably thinking like, well, you send them a booking link or something, right? But recently I kind of encountered the situation where someone had um, shared that they got this message saying, I want to work with you with a specific service offering. And I learned the response that they gave. And honestly, I was a little shocked. I was shocked, not because what they did was bad, but because I think it kind of went against sort of my instincts as a salesperson, right? As somebody who has understands like the process of how people make decisions to hire us. And I just think it was what they did wasn't bad, but I was honestly surprised by my shock. I was surprised that that I felt like I reacted so largely to the way that they had responded. And so because of this, I wanted to share with you two different scenarios in terms of how you could respond to someone when they come into your DMs and they're saying, hey, I want to work with you, because that's all we want, right? And I want to present these two scenarios so you can kind of do a little compare and contrast for yourself and make the best decision for you. I do have a preference. It's not even my own preference, but I do think that one scenario, one response is maybe more effective, more likely to get somebody to uh, uh, get all the way to the signed contract, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. So before we get started, if you're not already aware, I have created a new membership. It is called Connect, and it is for solo service providers and consultants. Why did I create this membership, you ask? Well, I have done short term courses, which honestly I love because they really are quick. Here's what you need to know. I really believe in those. And I also do one-to-one executive sales coaching where we get to get really detailed and I get to really support my clients in making decisions about how to move their deals and their relationships forward. But I realized that there was this opportunity to combine the two to give people both the training and longer term coaching, to give them a longer term support to implement the training that they've learned, specifically around how to use LinkedIn to generate more sales, and really how do we improve the steps that we take to let people know what we do, how who we serve, and give them the steps to make the decision to hire us. So, just to say, it's a little bit of training with coaching, and on top of that, I kind of realized, you know, everybody's out there doing their own thing. Everybody's alone in this sales process, right? And we're all out there like trying to make problem solve around different sales situations, different prospects, different leads, different marketing, different conversations. There's so much variability as we, as solo consultant service providers, go to market. And when you're in a traditional sales environment, like you have a team, you're meeting together at least once a week. Your sales manager is bringing up some good sales tip or concept to sort of train everybody and keep them top of mind in terms of their ability to sell. And then everybody's often problem solving together, right? And I built this membership called Connect for that reason as well, which is, let's give everybody a chance to do this hard work of, basically marketing and selling our businesses alone, but let's be able to do that together. All right, enough about that. You can see Join Connect at the bottom of the screen here, but I really invite you to look at that. Today is February 9th. The end of the early bird is today, so check that out. All right. Now, let's get started. Here we go. So imagine this. Somebody goes into your DMs and they say this. I want to be kind of specific in this example. They say, I'm really interested in coaching. What does that look like, right? They have some interest and they want to know more, right? And so there's scenario one. Okay, you ready? So this is scenario one where you with a paragraph that explains what this service is that they're interested in is, what the pricing is, and a link to book a call with you. Okay, so again, let me repeat that. Someone says, I'm really interested in coaching. What does that look like? Fill in the blank, whatever service you provide. And option A is you respond with the paragraph that says, here's what it is, here's different price points, and here's a link to book. Okay, what are the pros of that? If someone is coming to you and saying, hey, I want to know more, you should give them more, right? You should tell them, you should give them information, right? And I think that this is our initial instinct. Immediately when someone says that they're interested in working with us, we're like, great, here it is. Here's how to sign up, right? Here's how to take the next step. Now, here's where I think there's a con involved here, okay? Which is when you do that, you're essentially kind of giving them a brochure, okay? And the information that you share there it's likely that could be something that they could find on your website or on your LinkedIn profile or on some services page, okay? And so the reason that I think this is a con is that you're really missing an opportunity, okay? I cannot say it enough. The direct messages, that inbox is for one-to-one conversation. You're doing the marketing, you're doing the newsletter. That's when you're sharing one message to many people. But the DMs are this lovely little intimate place where you get to have an exchange back and forth. And when someone shows interest in your work and you reply with like 4 paragraphs, you're missing an opportunity to start a conversation. And why is that important? Because you begin to show them what it's like to work with you. You begin to see them as an individual. And if what you're sending kind of feels copy pasty, it's probably not going to be exactly copy pasted. That's something that maybe a bot could share. And so I really feel like it's a missed opportunity, okay? So I just want to say, for the record, on many occasions, people, whether it's email or DM, have sent me messages saying, hey, I want to work with you. And I'm in my enthusiasm, I write back and I'm like, okay, great, here's all the details. And I'm here today to give you option B to consider, okay? Option B is somebody writes you and they say, I'm really interested in your coaching. What does that look like? Or again, fill in the blank. I'm really interested in your audit. I'm really interested in your strategic consulting, whatever. What does that look like? Okay. So this is option B. My suggestion is really kind of 3 parts. Number 1 is you say thank you for your interest. Then you say, I would love to support you. But then instead of going directly into like, here's everything that's involved and here's the price point, or even just like, here's a call, let's set up, I would suggest asking them a question. Asking them a question related to the service that they're inquiring about. Okay. Now you're not going to go like, what is the biggest problem you're struggling with, so that you want to have this, this coaching or anything like that. But I think you can say something like, what are you looking to achieve? Okay. So thank you for your interest. I would love to support you. What are you looking to achieve with the coaching? What's top of mind when you think about, coaching, getting coaching for yourself? Just a little bitty question is going to accomplish a couple of things. First of all, I do want to say you want to show enthusiasm like you're ready to work with them. But when you ask that question, number one, they feel seen. You're asking questions about them. You're building trust. You're building a relationship. They suddenly feel what it's like to have your attention. They feel what it's like to work with you. If you are a service provider or a consultant, how you communicate is super important. And by asking them a quick question, they're going to say, oh, okay. Let me think about that for a minute. And when you give them an opportunity to think, okay, why is it that I do want this service? Why is it that I do want this coaching? Why is it important for this audit? You give them a moment to reflect and share with you what's going on. And that's going to give you an opportunity to, as we say, qualify, or for really both of you to assess, is this person right for me, right? Instead of just jumping to a call, you can just ask a simple question like, what are you looking to achieve? And then they can get back to you. And if they say something that is completely not in relationship with what you actually do, which that happens more often than we would like, then you can kind of have a little conversation and you can redirect them, for example, to a free resource you have, to another service provider that might help them better. Okay. So just having one itty bitty question in response before taking it to the next step accomplishes a whole bucket of goodness. Okay. And I want to just say that the cons might be that that you didn't give them the information right away. Maybe they're real hurried. But I find that if someone's in that much of a hurry to get on a call with you and to solve their problem, they might be in a panic state of their business and they need a quick solution. And I'm sure you've experienced this where you end up working with someone who's just looking you to save them. Okay. So the idea here is that while giving them that information isn't necessarily going to just turn them off. I want to be clear about that. I mean, it's not like if you just say like, hey, this is what it looks like, and here's the pricing, and here's a call if you want to move, if you want to have a further discussion, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I would just like to suggest two things. If we have a little bit of restraint, I think restraint is the key word here. Restraint. We have an opportunity to benefit by asking them a question to qualify that it really makes sense, that or get a better indication if they actually are a good fit for what you provide. And number two, you really start bringing in your relationship trust building skills to connect with this person, so that when they actually potentially are in a call and they're ready to say yes, they feel like you've already seen them. They feel like you've already know and understand them as an individual, even if they're representing a larger company, and you're going to have higher trust, which is going to mean your call is going to go better, which means they're more likely to sign. Okay. One last thing on this. The benefit of asking a question instead of just saying like, hey, here's my booking link to set up a call, is this: you're giving them your time. You're giving them your time. You're not trying to like rush them off into a call. You're not trying to be productive. You're not, right? You are giving them your time. And I just want to say that if somebody comes to you in a DM and asks about working with you, and you start by giving them your time instead of pushing them already to the next step, the chances of them becoming a client, you've increased that already tenfold. All right. So I hope that was helpful for you today. If this kind of coaching seems helpful to you and you want more of it in your life, there's two ways that you can get support from me, and that is either one-on-one executive sales coaching for service providers and consultants, or look into Connect, this membership where we learn, together. I train and coach, and we all learn together sales skills and LinkedIn skills in order to generate more clients and ultimately have more impact in your business. So those are two ways that I can support you. And if you're interested in that, DM me or go to joinconnect.co to learn more about Connect. But I'm here for you. And this kind of coaching goes on inside Connect and one-on-one with me. And I'm more than happy to support you if that's something that you feel like would improve your business, improve your life at this stage of your business. All right, I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful week. I will see you soon. I will see you next week. Bye.